Y'all remember that moment when you first saw a T-Rex stomp across the screen? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into 30 years of dinosaur chaos, corporate greed, and pure cinematic magic. Before Jurassic World, Rebirth drops and potentially redefines this franchise forever. Let's break down every single movie that got us here. And trust me, this journey is wilder than you think. The Genesis, Jurassic Park, 1993. Steven Spielberg didn't just make a movie in 1993, he created a cultural phenomenon that still got people shook 3 decades later. Based on Michael Crichton's novel, Jurassic Park introduced us to John Hammond, the grandfather figure with deadly good intentions. This man really thought he could play God with DNA and create the ultimate theme park experience. The genius of this first film lies in its simplicity. Scientists extract dinosaur DNA from mosquitoes trapped in amber, fill in the gaps with frog DNA, and boom, living, breathing prehistoric beasts. But here's where it gets real. Nature finds a way. Those frog genes allow the supposedly all-female dinosaurs to change sex and reproduce. Hammond's perfect control system crumbles faster than his security when Dennis Nedry decides to sell out for that corporate bag. What makes this movie absolutely legendary isn't just the groundbreaking CGI that still holds up today, it's the human element. Dr. Alan Grant transforms from a child-hating paleontologist to a protective father figure. Dr. Ellie Sattler becomes the voice of reason in a world gone mad. And Ian Malcolm? That man spoke nothing but facts about chaos theory while serving looks in all black. The T-Rex breakout scene remains cinema gold. No amount of modern technology can recreate that raw tension when the power goes out and you hear those earth-shaking footsteps. Spielberg understood that sometimes the most terrifying monster is the one you barely see until it's too late. The Lost World, 1997. 4 years later, Spielberg came back swinging with The Lost World. And let me tell you, this sequel went hard in a completely different direction. Forget the theme park setting. This time, we're dealing with Site B, the production facility where InGen actually bred their dinosaurs before shipping them to Isla Nublar. Ian Malcolm gets pulled back into the chaos when he discovers his girlfriend, Sarah Harding, is part of a research team documenting the dinosaurs in their natural habitat. But corporate America strikes again. InGen sends a hunting expedition to capture dinosaurs and bring them back to San Diego for a new park. This movie gets real dark, real quick. We're talking about corporate exploitation, environmental destruction, and the absolute audacity of thinking you can control nature for profit. The trailer, hanging off the cliff scene, pure nightmare fuel that had everyone gripping their seats. But here's where it gets spicy. Spielberg brings the dinosaurs to mainland America. That T-Rex rampage through San Diego wasn't just action for action's sake. It was a metaphor for consequences catching up with corporate greed. When you mess with nature, nature eventually comes knocking at your front door. Jurassic Park III, 2001. Now, Jurassic Park III is where things get interesting. And by interesting, I mean controversial. Joe Johnston took over directing duties, and this movie said, "Forget everything you thought you knew about dinosaur hierarchies." The Spinosaurus straight up murders the T-Rex in their first encounter, and fans are still heated about it today. This film follows Dr. Grant getting tricked into returning to the islands by Paul and Amanda Kirby, who are desperately searching for their son Eric. What starts as a supposed aerial tour turns into a survival nightmare when they crash land on Site B. The Spinosaurus becomes this relentless killing machine that hunts our protagonists throughout the entire movie. But the real star? The velociraptors reach a new level of intelligence. These creatures can communicate, set traps, and show genuine emotional complexity when reunited with their stolen eggs. Critics might have been mixed on this one, but it delivered pure dinosaur action without getting bogged down in corporate conspiracy plots. Sometimes you just want to see people running from prehistoric predators, and this movie understood the assignment. Jurassic World, 2015. After 14 years, Colin Trevorrow brought dinosaurs back to the big screen with Jurassic World, and honestly, this movie was a love letter to everything we loved about the original, while addressing modern anxieties about corporate entertainment culture. He Isla Nublar finally became the functioning theme park John Hammond always envisioned. Jurassic World operates like a twisted version of Disney World, complete with corporate sponsors, gift shops, and tourists who've become so desensitized to dinosaurs that attendance is dropping. So what does corporate genius Masrani Global do? Create the Indominus Rex, a hybrid super predator designed purely for marketing appeal. Chris Pratt's Owen Grady brings this working-class hero energy as a velociraptor trainer who actually respects these animals as intelligent creatures rather than attractions. His relationship with Blue and the Raptor Squad adds genuine emotional weight to the chaos that follows. The Indominus Rex represents everything wrong with modern entertainment culture. It's not enough to have real dinosaurs anymore. You need bigger, scarier, more genetically modified monsters to keep audiences engaged. Sound familiar? This movie was essentially critiquing blockbuster culture while being a blockbuster itself. When that final battle erupts with the T-Rex, Blue, and the Mosasaurus taking down the Indominus Rex, it felt like nature reclaiming its rightful place from corporate interference. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom 2018. J.A. Bayona took the franchise in its darkest direction yet with Fallen Kingdom. And this movie doesn't mess around. Isla Nublar is about to be destroyed by a volcanic eruption, and the world faces a moral dilemma. Do we save the dinosaurs or let them go extinct again? The first half delivers intense disaster movie vibes as Owen and Claire race against time to rescue dinosaurs from certain death. That Brachiosaurus death scene, absolutely heartbreaking. Bayona forced audiences to confront the emotional reality of extinction. But the second half shifts into gothic horror territory when we discover Eli Mills has been using the rescue mission as cover for an illegal dinosaur trafficking operation. The Lockwood estate becomes this creepy mansion where genetic experiments continue in secret, and we meet Maisie, a human clone who represents the next evolution of Hammond's God complex. The Indoraptor emerges as pure nightmare fuel, a weaponized hybrid designed for military applications. This creature embodies humanity's worst impulses, turning nature into a tool for violence and control. The ending changes everything. Maisie releases the captured dinosaurs into Northern California, officially beginning the age of human-dinosaur coexistence. This decision splits the fan base, but it sets up a completely new paradigm for the franchise. Jurassic World Dominion 2022. Dominion had an impossible task, concluding the World Trilogy while bringing back the original trilogy characters for one massive reunion. Colin Trevorrow returned to direct this ambitious finale that shows us a world where dinosaurs live alongside humans. 4 years after Fallen Kingdom, dinosaurs have spread across the globe. Some integrate peacefully into ecosystems, while others wreak havoc on human civilization. Owen and Claire now live off the grid, protecting young Maisie from those who would exploit her genetic uniqueness. The plot weaves together multiple storylines: a corporate conspiracy involving biosyn genetics, giant locusts threatening global food supplies, and the kidnapping of Maisie and baby Blue. When Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, and Dr. Malcolm reunite with the new generation, it creates this beautiful passing of the torch moment. Biosyn CEO Louis Dodgson returns as the ultimate corporate villain, using genetic power to control global food production. The company's Valley Sanctuary becomes a battleground where old and new characters must work together to prevent ecological disaster. What's next? Jurassic World Rebirth. With Rebirth dropping soon, this franchise is about to hit us with something completely different, and I'm here for every second of it. Set 5 years after Dominion, we're looking at a world that's moved past the initial chaos of human-dinosaur coexistence and into something far more complex and, honestly, more terrifying. Here's what we know. The planet's ecology has been fundamentally altered. Some regions have become uninhabitable due to dinosaur populations, while others have found ways to integrate these ancient creatures into modern life. But Rebirth isn't just giving us more of the same survival horror. This movie is diving deep into the psychological and societal impacts of living in a world where humans are no longer the apex predators. The cast includes Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, and Scarlett Johansson, which tells us Universal is bringing serious dramatic weight to this story. These aren't just action stars, they're actors who excel at complex character development and emotional depth. That casting choice signals that Rebirth plans to explore the human condition in ways the franchise hasn't attempted since the original. Early reports suggest we're dealing with isolated communities that have developed entirely new ways of life. Some have learned to coexist peacefully with certain dinosaur species, creating symbiotic relationships concepts that challenge everything we thought we knew about human civilization. Others have become militant, viewing dinosaurs as an existential threat that must be eliminated at all costs. The genius move here is exploring how different human societies adapt when faced with the same massive environmental change. We're not just getting one group's survival story, we're seeing multiple approaches to post-dinosaur civilization, each with their own moral complexities and survival strategies. What's really got me excited is the potential for this film to address climate change, mass extinction, and environmental adaptation through the dinosaur metaphor. These themes feel incredibly relevant right now, when humanity faces real ecological challenges that require fundamental changes to how we live. The title, Rebirth, suggests transformation rather than destruction. This isn't about humanity versus dinosaurs anymore. It's about what humanity becomes when forced to evolve alongside creatures that dominated the planet for millions of years. That psychological shift from dominance to adaptation creates storytelling possibilities that could redefine this entire franchise. Universal has confirmed this begins a new trilogy, meaning Rebirth is laying groundwork for an entirely fresh narrative arc. We're not just getting closure on the World Trilogy, we're stepping into uncharted territory where the rules of human civilization have been completely rewritten. As we prepare for Rebirth, remember that these movies work best when they combine spectacular dinosaur action with genuine human stories about respect, responsibility, and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Hit that subscribe button if you're ready to dive deeper into movie franchises that changed cinema forever. And let me know in the comments which Jurassic film hit you the hardest. The bell notification will keep you updated when Rebirth drops, and we'll break down every detail together.